false news. There is a lot of prejudice. And if you like some information, you can visit our jw.org.
Yes, I did. But it's not there. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but you know.
Why is that?
Yeah, but you have, excuse me. Yeah, you gotta keep in mind is that there is a lot of false information. There is a lot of prejudice and false news.
So is Russia false? Is Russia?
We don't get into those points. You know, people are free to do their own investigation, and everybody has the right to believe and think. You know, whatever you want to think and believe. We don't force anybody to believe what we teach, or everybody's free to, to believe. Let's say.
That's not true. Because what happens if you want to leave as a Jehovah's Witness and you want to go to a different church? What happens?
Well, that's your own choice.
Yeah, but what happens when somebody make that choice?
Well, that's according to the Bible. We just do what the Bible says, and when somebody does something like that, we just follow what the Bible says. That's the Word of God. And like I said,
what does the Bible say? If somebody leaves the Jehovah's Witnesses?
About that, well, there is a lot of information, but to make the story short, like you said, let's say if you are a U.S. citizen and you go to the government and write a letter says, I don't want to be more U.S. citizens. Okay, you're not a citizen anymore. You're not allowed to come, to come back to our country. That's what they do, right? That's what the government does. Jehovah also has laws. You want to leave? Okay, you leave. You're not allowed to come back.
You're not allowed to come back if you
can
leave.
come back. You can come back if you want. Yeah, you can come back if you want, but
smell that cigarette.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I was saying. The government in Australia, it was a big case. That's why I was surprised it's not on jw.org.
Well, it's like I said. Everybody has the right to believe what you want to believe.
So you think it's fake news?
There is a lot of fake news, and we don't know. You can do.
What if Russia ban is a fake news? What if it's not true?
You can, like I said, you can do your own investigation.
Yeah.
And you can believe whatever you want to believe. You are free to do that. We don't. If you want to believe those things, that's fine. Some things are true, some things are not.
Yeah.
But everybody has.
Can I show you the video of Jeffrey Jackson?
No, I'm not as interested to see any videos. We're just here to give people, if they want to learn from the Bible, that's it. We don't.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that when you go on jw.org and the media section, the stories that's happening around the world, the society only put stories that make themselves look good. You will never find stories that are not so favorable to them.
Okay.
And the Australian Royal Commission and what happened is one of them.
Okay, well, let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to believe in those things, you are free to believe in those things.
But sir, it's the government.
But in other words, if you have a problem with that, go and tell the government and tell, we don't get into arguments because of that.
Yeah, I'm not arguing.
Like I said, everybody's.
Are you an elder?
Yes, I am an elder.
So, and you've never heard of the Australia, or maybe you have, I don't know. Have you heard about it?
Yes, but again.
What have you heard about it?
Okay, let me tell you this.
Because they haven't heard about it.
It's like I said.
He's heard about it, he said.
Yeah, but you know what? Again, you are free to believe whatever you want to believe. I cannot stop you to.
So you're saying that it's lies?
They can be a lot of lies, yeah, because people make up a lot of things. It's, when Jesus was here on earth, a lot of people make up false news about him. There is nothing we can do.
So you don't think that
There is nothing we can do.
you don't think
know?
that the Australian government found that there's a
Yeah, but let me ask you
a lot
this.
of-
Let me ask you this. What is your problem or what is your worry about what happened in Australia? It's like I said again.
because I went on JW.org looking for more information and there was no information at all.
Well.
I found it amazing.
Yeah, but you know what? Again, you can believe whatever you want to believe. You can do whatever you want to do. There is nothing we can do.
So let
know?
me ask you this.
Yeah.
Remember a few years ago, the Catholic Church, there was a big scandal because of all the pedophilia cases. Do you believe any of that, or it was like fake news?
You know what? We do not. How I can say this? A lot of things can be true. A lot of things can be false. But there is nothing we can do. If the government,
There's a lot you can do.
Well,
Because if you're part of an organization where it's a big problem.
Yeah, let me ask you. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Right now, let's put Venezuela. There is a lot of problems over there. There is a
With the country or Jehovah's Witnesses?
with the country.
Oh.
With the country. And you see a lot of things, a lot of injustice, a lot of things.
That's everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. In the state. Who in the world can resolve those problems? We know there is a lot of things going on in the politicians.
I know,
in the
but my
churches.
parents say that
Yeah.
you guys are the only ones that have the truth.
Okay.
And when you
yeah.
find out different things that's happening in the organization, it
Yes.
makes you wonder, that's
Yes.
not the truth. How could
Yes.
that be?
Yes, but
So I'm not talking about the
yeah,
other people.
Okay, yeah, but again, you see a lot of things happening,
Yeah.
but there is no man in the world who can resolve the problems. You see the news, what's happening in the Catholic Church, and they know,
But there is something, because
Yeah.
you being an elder, you know all about the two witness rule,
Yeah.
and that's a policy that
Yeah.
could be changed.
Yeah,
That could be
but-
changed.
Yeah, but,
Man can change it, not God.
okay, yeah, but
And make it better.
okay, but again, a lot of people see things happening, and they're not happy with those things, and you know what? There is nothing we can do. Maybe you're not happy with those things, and you are looking for these little bad things here, there, and you are asking, hey, what's going on? Why you don't do this? Why don't you do that? Again, I'm just giving you an example of what is happening in the government with the Venezuela, and it's happening all over the world.
Yeah.
And you see.
That's just being humans.
Okay, yeah, but
It's always happened that way.
Okay, but there is nothing you can do about it. There is nothing you can do. Nothing I can do it. And there is-
If
so
somebody came up with a gun or a knife and they want to steal your wallet,
Mhm.
you would call the police. You
Mhm.
wouldn't say, well, there's nothing I can do. You would call the
Yeah,
police.
yeah, but
Because we make certain rules and laws.
Yeah, but there is things that you can do, and there is things that you cannot do nothing about it.
Yeah, but
So,
I'm talking about pedophilia.
You
You can do something about that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let me ask you this. Why don't you go to the Vatican in Rome and talk to the Pope and tell him what are you doing with this, or what you going to do?
Many people have.
Yeah, but and what's the result?
They've apologized. The Watchtower have never apologized for anything.
Well, that's what you think. And again,
If you can show me where they've if you can show me, I would believe you.
Well, let me.
But they haven't.
Well, that's what you think. But you know what? It's like Jesus. A lot of people ask him some things, and you know what? His answer was zero. There is things that people has no right to know things, and some things yes. And so you are asking things that maybe you don't know, and you are thinking the way you think. And again, you can think whatever you want to think. We cannot stop you to think that way. And
I know. I mean, I've talked to other Jehovah's Witnesses when I see them on the street, and I ask them the same thing. Like I asked you about the Australian Royal Commission. Most of them Most of them have never heard about it. So don't you think the Watchtower want to hide something like that? To me, it's obvious.
Well, you're free, my friend. You are free and think whatever you want to think.
Well, why would the society not mention it?
I don't know, my friend.
You don't know?
I don't know, my friend.
And you don't think about it?
I don't know, my friend. And you know what? Believe me. Believe me. If you're not happy about that, you can do your own research, your own...
I have done my own research. That's why I'm telling you.
Yeah, but now you can do your next step. You want to do something with the newspaper, with the police, you can do it. We cannot stop you.
No, I know. I mean,
Well,
it's already in the media and the news.
That's fine, my friend. That's fine. That's totally fine.
That's fine. It's not fine.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus would protect kids.
Well,
not
my friend,
not hide pedophilia within the organization.
my friend,
Yeah.
friend. Again, you can think, you can believe, and you can do whatever you want to do. You're free to do it. We won't stop you. You know, and that's it.
Well, that's why I try to talk to you guys.
Yeah, but you know what?
But you guys don't like to hear about it for some reason.
Well,
I don't
no,
understand.
I'm listening to you, but
But told
you my answer.
I can show you Jeffrey Jackson right now in the video.
I told you my answer. You know.
Your answer was basically like, "There's nothing we can do as men. We have to wait on God to fix
my,
everything."
Well, my friend, you know, I think you came here to tell us, you know.
I did.
Well, yeah. But,
I didn't come here to talk about Bible. I came here to ask you guys if you know about the pedophilia that's happening in Australia and all over the world.
That's fine, my friend. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. You're
Yeah.
free to do it.
I know that. You're preaching to the choir. I already know.
That's fine, my friend. You can believe whatever you want to
But
believe.
what I don't understand is why when you're presented with facts, and I know you don't think it's facts,
You know what? my
without
friend?
even inquiring.
Let me tell you this. You can go and complain with the government here or in Australia and put your facts and put your beliefs. You are free to do it. You know, just go ahead and do it. There is nothing I can do, my friend. There is nothing I can stop things. Like I said, I just give an example. You know, things are happening. We cannot do nothing, you know. And
Right.
if you're not happy about that, you know, go ahead and go
If you're working for a company, let me use an example.
Yeah.
If you're working for a company and you're not happy with something that's happening there, what do you do? You leave, right?
Well,
So if you find out that this is happening in the organization and it's true, what do? You can do something. You can leave.
Yeah, you are encouraging me to leave the organization, my friend. We're not going to do that. Like I said, if you have a complaint, go ahead and complain with the government. Go with the police.
It's been done.
Well,
And I'm telling you,
okay, keep going. You know, keep going. You know, get your own attorneys.
No, I'm not talking about me personally.
Well-
I'm talking about what's going on within the organization. So Australia did their inquiry and they found that your organization is a captive one. Do you know what that means, to be a captive organization?
Yeah, they can say whatever they want to say, my friend.
Okay, so I'll be honest with you.
And you can believe them if you want it. That's fine. You
Did
know?
I mention that my parents are Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yes, but you know what?
So I was born as into it, right? I was born into it, so I know pretty much everything about Jehovah's Witnesses. I know that the organization, that even though you fight for your right for religious freedom, once a person become a baptized member, you cannot leave on good terms. There's no way to leave on good terms. So they take away your religious freedom once you become baptized. And I'm an example of that, because I was sexually molested by an elder for many years growing up, okay?
My friend, you can go you can go to the police. You know, you can go to the police even right now. If past 10, 15, 20 years, you can go and file a complaint.
I could. I could.
Well,
My point is that since that happened to me and then I left, my parents still shun me. So it doesn't matter what your reason is to want to leave once you get baptized. It doesn't matter. You'll get shunned. So you say, oh yeah, you're free to go, religious freedom, right? But when you're a baptized Jehovah's Witness, it's not.
Well, my friend, you know what I think? You said you were raised in the organization. But I believe you were raised here as a Jehovah Witnesses, but I think you never learn and you never get to know very well the Bible. And that's what happens with a lot of people. Because when you don't get to know very well the Bible and you don't get to know very well our God, you can start thinking a lot of different ways like you're thinking. And we cannot do nothing about it. You know, you are free to think, you know, and if you have a complaint, even you know what we do, let's say, in your case, you're saying you were molested by an elder for
years. As a kid.
Okay, my friend. You know what we do here in this country? You can come, file a complaint with the police, and we will follow up. Go to the congregation where you
But you
were.
being an elder know that if somebody comes to you with an allegation of sexual abuse, what is it that you do? You don't call the police.
Yes, we do. Yes,
What
we
you
do.
do, I'll
Yes,
tell
we
you
do.
what you do, because I know what you do. You're going to say you call the police, but what you do is you're going to ask if they have another witness or two.
Well,
And if they don't, leave it in Jehovah's hand.
no, my friend.
And if the person
no.
persists,
No.
you call the local branch office and say, oh, we have a case of possible case here.
No,
And then
my
they
friend.
call the lawyers in New York.
I think you misunderstood some points, and we just follow what the government says, what the police says, what we have to do in those cases, and we just do it. We don't try to hide something.
To prove you wrong, have you heard of Candice Conte? Candice Conte. Have you heard of her?
Let me tell you this. You can name a lot of people, and you
Only
can-
one person. Only one person.
Well, only one. You can name one or 100 or 1,000, you know? And every case is different.
Yeah.
And like I said, you have a case, you can file a claim. You're free to do it.
What I'm pointing out to you is that you guys have a flawed policy. It's very, very flawed.
Well,
and everybody
well,
sees it except you guys.
My friend, let me tell you this. I think you are trying to prove me that we are wrong, we're in the wrong organization.
It's been proven.
That's fine, my
But
friend.
once you're an
My
active
friend-
Jehovah's
my friend-
Witness, you
my
can't
friend-
see it.
My friend,
It's a veil.
That's fine, my friend. You can think whatever you want to think.
Candice
know?
Conte, near San Francisco, she sued the Watchtower just a couple of years ago. And she got $21 million from the society.
Oh, good for her.
Good for her.
Well,
That's your contribution money.
That's fine, my friend.
And brother,
That's fine,
that's
you know.
just one example of many
My friend,
that
my
have
friend.
sued the society.
that's fine. You know, like I said.
That's not fine.
Well.
If I was still a Jehovah's Witness, I'd be like, my money is going to lawsuits.
I'm saying that's fine in the way that you know what? Again, everybody's free to do whatever you want to do, whatever you want to think, whatever you want to believe. You're free to do it, my
Right.
friend. If you're not happy with all those things,
I'm not happy.
Well, my friend.
Because my family are Jehovah's Witnesses.
My friend, go ahead and file a complaint and talk to
How can I
them.
file a complaint
Well,
against my parents being Jehovah's Witnesses?
Well, my friend. So
It's a free country.
Oh, well, my friend, I cannot stop you to do whatever you want to do. You know, you're free to do it,
Right.
and if you think that way, you're free.
I mean, you're an elder. Help me understand something.
Well, you know what? In your case, my friend, in your case, the way you think, you know, I don't think we're gonna.
The way I think.
Yeah, the way you.
How is the way? What is that?
Yeah, you know what, my friend? Again, I'm just telling you this. You know, you have all these complaints.
I have a lot of complaints
Well, my friend.
about
my friend,
the society
My friend.
because they tore up my family apart.
My friend. Go ahead and file a complaint, file a lawsuit, and if you say you were molested.
You would want me to file a lawsuit against the Watchtower?
Yeah, if you want to do it, you know, go ahead and do it.
I might. The only problem is that there's a limit, and so I already passed that limit to file a lawsuit, so can't do it. But what I'm pointing out to you that it's a big problem, and people like them, they don't even have a clue.
Yeah, poor people. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on now. Over 1,000 pedophiles in Australia alone,
Oh, my friend.
and not
oh,
one was reported to the police.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
That's and that's over a 50-year period. It averages out to one pedophilia or two per month for the last 50 years.
Wow, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. You can do a lot of things. Like I said, you can put those news in the paper, in the.
It is
TV.
already. That's what I'm telling you.
Keep going. Keep going. My
Let me
friend.
show you. I will show you.
How can we protect ourselves from those lies? Now, we can protect ourselves from those lies by limiting our exposure to misinformation. Therefore, we need to look at the quality and the quantity of the information we take in. The quality. We want to pick the most reliable source of information. Quantity. To stay up to date with world events, we do not need to update us every hour. Therefore, let us set a personal time limit and then stick to it. What else can we do? Proverbs 14 verse 15 says, "The naive person believes every word, but the shrewd one ponders each step." So the key is to have a healthy skepticism while keeping an open mind. Or we read in Job 12 verse 11, "Does not the ear test out words as the tongue tastes food?" So before reacting quickly on something we hear or read, we want to test out words. Let us look for solid confirmation. We want to compare what we've read in the Bible and what we learned from the Bible. What Bible principles apply? Is there any guidance from the organization? And when it comes to news about Jehovah's organization, we can expect more lies to be spread as we get closer to Jehovah's Day. Let us therefore strengthen our trust today. The good guidance from Jehovah's organization during this pandemic is just another proof that Jehovah is with the governing body. So our theme was protect yourself from lies. We discussed the danger of misinformation in its different forms: outright lies, cunning reasoning, and empty promises. Lies destroy trust. Therefore, let us limit our exposure to these lies and strengthen our trust in Jehovah and His organization today. This will prepare us for one of the greatest lies in the very near future: peace and security. And remember, this will be fake news, and most people will believe in it.
Vantage point in the audience, you can clearly see that someone is being deceived and manipulated. Did you find yourself thinking, "Don't believe it, they're lying to you"? Imagine then the angel shouting the same message to you. Don't be fooled by Satan's lies. Shut your ears then to Satan's propaganda, listen to Jehovah, and trust in him. Now, all satanic influence will be gone when Satan is bound and hurled into the abyss for 1,000 years. And what a relief it will be to live in a world totally free from his wicked influence. But then he'll be released from the abyss for a short while for a final test. What method will he use then to deceive us? One of the 56 devices we saw earlier in the list? Or some new diabolical trick that he has thought of? Well, we don't know. But we do know that if we remember he is the liar and Jehovah is the truth teller, we should fare just fine. Let's go back to Paul's letter to the Romans, where he echoes the first Bible prophecy in Romans chapter 16 and verse 20. Romans 16:20. For his part, the God who gives peace will crush Satan under your feet shortly. Rather than being merely abyss, Satan will actually be completely annihilated. The Revelation Climax book says this is more than a superficial bruising. Paul here used a Greek word that means to bruise into a jelly-like state, to trample down, to destroy utterly by crushing. And the God's Love book says, with Satan out of the way, you will feel relief that may be hard to fathom now. Meanwhile, whenever wrong or negative thoughts creep into our mind, we need to reject Satan's lies and focus our mind on the truths that Jehovah has taught us.